Hey yo, what's good, reader fam? Today we're gonna be discussing book hype. If book hype were a pool, we'd be diving in like divers. Or for some of us who aren't divers, we'd be belly flopping. That's more my style. Ow! Nobody informed me that the hype pool hurts. We're gonna be looking at all the things that can cause a book to get that ninja kick of popularity behind it. Whoopah! Starting it from the bottom down here and getting it all the way to the top up here. I've been thinking a lot about this lately because sometimes books end up popular and I question how they ended up popping off. The book might not have had a very original concept.
I have this super original concept. A boy wakes up one day, finds out that he's a wizard and goes to wizard school. Never heard of that, have ya? Or we have this dystopian society where a girl takes down the government. I am the king of originality. I created originality. You can't touch this. Only the king of originality can touch the king of originality.
Or it could have had all around weak writing.
The grass was green. The sky was blue. The clouds were white and fluffy. Oh, I can't wait for my readers to get this tattooed on their bodies.
Or the characters could be bland as heck.
I eat green beans for breakfast. I'm so quirky and weird. Love me.
What makes these books popular? Out of all the books in the world, how did these books reach the top? Let's break it down now. Book covers. We know that saying that's ingrained into our minds at a very young age.
Judge books by their covers.
If a book cover is beautiful, then the contents of that book will reflect that. If a book has ugly visual treatment, then trash it. Sarcasm, sarcasm, sarky, sarcasm. You can stop having a stroke now. The saying goes, don't judge a book by its cover, but by what's underneath. Does it look bad nude? Dispose of it. Psych. Okay, the saying is, don't judge a book by its cover. But no matter how many times we're told not to do it, we still do it. When you're told to do something, the instinct is to do the opposite. Book covers are the first impression of a book that we get, even if it's not the best representation of that book. Even if it's uglier than one of your kindergarten art projects. UGLY, you ain't got no alibi, you ugly. Yeah, you ugly. There have been a lot of books that have garnered buzz before release solely because of their cover art. For example, Red Queen. Whoever designed this book cover deserves a raise. Give them that cha-ching cha-ching they deserve. I'm pretty sure there was an earthquake the day that this book cover dropped. Everyone was losing their minds over it. There was more talk about the cover than what the book was actually about.
It's beautiful.
What's it about?
It's beautiful.
A darker shade of magic, or should I say a book cover made out of magic because wow, glorious, wonderful, breathtaking, chill-worthy, could clear your skin of acne. Book covers for popular series kind of automatically garner hype because fans desperately want a peek at what the next book is gonna look like. They might put a halt on the heist they were planning to get the manuscript of the next book if the cover drops, because it's enough to feed them, fill them up, and hold them over for the next book's release. And some people spend hours analyzing these book covers. Examples. When the Throne of Glass series was coming out, there would be theory threads on Twitter as to what our cover girl Selena would be wearing on the next cover. And when they'd be released, they'd be judged as if they were a contestant on America's Next Top Model. And the winner for America's Next Top book cover is... Drum roll, please! Queen of Shadows! Hey! Round of applause! Give me the fake applause! Ah, yeah, there he is. Yes, congratulations, Queen of Shadows. What do you have to say for yourself? Fascinating. Anything else? Wow, you're really talkative today. Without further ado, that's the end of the season, folks. Thanks again. Join us next season, if we don't get canceled. Same for Cassandra Clare's books. Underwater remains of a city, but what does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? Book promotion. Book promo can be vital in a book doing well. The more cha-ching cha-ching that the book publisher is putting behind the book, the more it's going to be exposed to the public. And that's a key part in a book doing well. Promo makes it to where you see the book everywhere. It gets ingrained in your mind. It punches you in the eyeballs.
Yikes.
That sounds painful. The more it's seen, the more it's going to be in people's minds. It's going to pull at their curiosity, or it's going to make them annoyed at seeing it too much. I guess it can go two ways here. Author blurbs. This is something that I feel like has the least impact, but I feel like in some cases it can lend a helping hand. Oftentimes you'll see blurbs from different authors on the front covers of books, giving that book a lot of praise. Blurb from Victoria Aveyard on Blood Witch by Susan Dinner. John Green blurbed The Hate You Gave by Angie Thomas. Marie Lu blurbed Illuminate by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. You get the point, you get the blurb. More times than not, it goes a little something like, this book was captivating to a point where you'll see the world with a whole new sparkle you never saw before. It will rid your life of all negativity. It will whiten the yellowest of teeth. You're never gonna see an author blurb that's not positive on a book. I mean, if we had blurbs on us as people that everyone could see, we'd want that positivity. Imagine if we had blurbs and they said things like, is fun to be around, but honestly should chill when it comes to the dramatics. I'd take a Sharpie and cover over that real quick. Get it off, get it off, get it off, get it off, get it off! The reason I feel like for me this doesn't have that much impact is because more times than not, the author blurb is coming from an author that I haven't read a book from. Kendar Blake blurbed Furyborn. I haven't read any of her books, so the blurbity blurb did not affect me picking up this book. Danielle Vega blurbed The Call. I have no idea who that is. I do know that Alexa Vega was in Spy Kids, but Danielle Vega is not Alexa Vega. Novo Ren Suma blurbed My Heart and Other Black Holes. I have no idea who that is. I'd like to be friends with her. I'm sure she's lovely, but I don't know her. You get what I mean? So their praise for the book doesn't really influence me at all. The New York Times best-selling list. When a book lands on the New York Times list, that lends a book some publicity. It's a key sign that a lot of people are interested in that book. And I feel like this goes back to the curiosity thing. People want to know why certain books are hitting the list. What about the book grabbed readers' attentions? What about this book is so special? Why are so many people interested in this book? Movie and TV deals. Books that are turned into movies or TV series end up getting a boost of popularity. I've hardly ever seen a book where it's being turned into a movie or a TV series and it didn't pop back up on the New York Times best-selling list. It really cooks up some buzz. It's very rare that a book doesn't garner attention when it's being adapted. It can take a book that everybody thought was dead, gone, and buried, bring it back to life and have it be talked about non-stop. It's wild. Here's that word again. People get curious about the book that's being adapted. Some want to read the book before seeing the adaptation, or there's some that want to read the book after having seen the adaptation. This is why I often root for adaptations to happen, even though we've had some bad luck with some pretty bad adaptations. I'm talking to you, Percy Jackson. They do generate excitement over reading, because people want to know what the source material is like, and it opens more doors for people to become readers. Oftentimes they'll read the book and realize that the book is loads better than the adaptation. They'll get high off the book and crave another book. And from there we have the spiral into the book lover status. Controversy. Never fun to talk about, but necessary here. Because believe it or not, a book that receives controversy also gains a lot of attention. You'd think that a book receiving negative attention would hold it back from doing well, but in fact, the books that receive backlash often get people interested in those books. People want to know why a certain book is being labeled controversial. Bookternet, the umbrella term for booktube, book blogs, booklur, book Twitter, and bookstagram. I genuinely believe that Bookternet plays a big role in book hype. Being on this platform, I've been exposed to so many books. Before coming into this space, I was a little lost sheep, but the Bookternet shepherds guided me to understanding everything there is to know about books. I would still be lost today if it weren't for those Bookternet shepherds. There's been many times when a book is widely loved by Bookternet, and those are times when a book is really elevated and receives a lot of hype. It can go from being at the bottom of somebody's TBR to jumping to the top without question. Lastly, tying in with that, we have reviews. Both good and bad reviews. Good reviews for a book will obviously get people wanting to read that book, especially if a book has nothing but praise. People are gonna want to read a book that's well received. That's just how it goes. It's like when somebody's like, oh snap, this pizza is delicious. You're gonna want a slice of that pizza. Dang it, now I'm craving pizza. But then on the other hand, people still want to read a book when a book has received a lot of bad reviews. Because like I've said in this video over and over again, people are curious. So curious. People want to know why a book is getting bad attention. It's the truth. It's like when Starbucks comes out with one of those unicorn rainbow disgusting frappuccinos. There's excitement because it's something new and weird. Everyone's saying it's gross and yet people still want to try it. Okay, we dove into the hype pool, or belly flopped, whichever you prefer. And now it's time to swim to the surface and get some air. I can breathe again. I was drowning in the book hype pool. The thing about hype is that it's not a measure of a book's quality. There are times when a book is 100% deserving of all the hype it gets. And then there are books that will receive it that will have you questioning its popularity. While you might not get why a certain book is blowing up, there are obvious elements that are pushing that book to the top. I'm going to be doing a part 2 discussion on book hype, on how certain books maintain and lose hype, because I feel like there's so much more to explore here. So look forward to that. Let me know all your thoughts on this down below in the comments. Are there other things that you feel play into book hype? Also, what's your favorite book that's super hyped? Let me know in the comments down below. Some of my faves consist of I love you. You're really hyped, but I love you as well. You are next level hyped, but I would argue that you deserve all the hype you get. Are you surprised? My love for this book is undying. Those are just a few. I have a lot. If you like this video, be sure to go and hit that like button. If you want to see more bookish videos from me, be sure to go and hit subscribe or the bell icon and you'll be notified every time I post new videos. As always, thanks for watching, guys. I hope your day is bright and that tomorrow is brighter. Keep reading what your heart desires, and I will see you soon in my next video. Bye! Whoa! Go ahead and roast me all you want about how many times I said the word hyped in this video, but it was the topic of the video. Sorry, not sorry! I'll still love you if you roast me, but I probably won't reply to your comment.